What makes Frieren so special is how easy it is to relate to these characters. Frieren, Sign, Fern, Stark, they all represent very typical archetypes. You got the socially awkward, lazy, weird elf, the scaredy cat shonen, the awkward, almost expressionless daughter, and the logical broski. There is a point in everyone's journey where one must bid farewell to continue on their own special path. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers this video, but you should just watch the video anyways. This video is going to cover mostly episode 17, Ja Genki De. So the first half of the episode explains Zain's next step along his journey. The second half of the episode plays out a scenario that any person that comes from a typical loving family can understand as Fern gets sick. Episode 17 of Frieren is a perfect example of when you make friends in high school and college and everyone graduates and then everyone part ways. We all come to understand that these parts of our lives are special because it's literally a once in a lifetime scenario at a particular age and place. So Zain eventually leaving to go out to link up with his childhood friend whom has been living out the dream without him, has now had the opportunity to go out there and reach and meet up with his childhood friend to live out as that partner in crime. As hinted in sync with the crafty monk in that priest statue, it makes absolute sense for Zain to follow his own adventure. This episode comes full circle with everything that we have experienced with Zain. Frieren reiterates with the flashback of Himo extending his hand to be the reason for Frieren having the courage of taking that major step to go adventuring to complete her original task to defeat the Demon King. Do for those what others have done for you. This has pretty much been Frieren's model since Himo passed away. Everything that she's experienced and learned from is from him. She's now applying it all to these young buckaroos like Fern, Stark, and Zain. It's sad for the viewer to see a character that's grown on you, that has a legitimate place in Frieren's party as he represents that archetype for the average adult male. Once again, he uses his normal, logical, emotional intelligence, self-awareness skills to help these goddamn young adults that just won't date already in resolving their relationship disputes. It's sad to see this character go, but like high school and college, everyone graduates to move on to what their original life goals are. It's a part of life to move on from relationships you built during a particular point in your life. That's what was beautiful about this part of the episode for me. As you project your own life experiences from the point of view of Frieren, Stark, and Fern, you start thinking about your own decisions if you were in their places and how you would handle these things. At some point, the trio of Frieren, Stark, and Fern will be no more as well. Zain leaving in the montage of his reminiscing and agreeing with Frieren that he enjoyed the adventure with them. When someone gives you the push to strive towards what you really want to do, like what you actually beyond your just typical, just everyday job, it'd be a shame to let go of that opportunity, let go of that person that's giving you that reason to go out there to chase it. Not many people in life are blessed with opportunities beyond what just their life situation is. So Zain at an older age has this opportunity to still catch up with his childhood friend, Gorilla Dubs. So while it's sad that we eventually see that Zain is gone, this is a special situation where it's like, okay, you fall in love with this character, that's great, it's part of this 4-man team, and all of a sudden he's let go. It's supposed to be a very sad situation, but really you can feel happy for his character because you're letting someone go that's actually striving for his real adventure to partner up with his childhood friend, Gorilla Dubs. And that's the beauty of the first half of this episode and how they said goodbye to each other. I think they said matane, so they're gonna see each other again at some point. It wasn't like a sayonara. So that tells you that although you're going after your dreams, being that friend, being that partner in a particular time period with this person, letting this person go from your life after being such a special part of it is actually the right thing to do. Let this character, let this person go, be happy for them, go strive, go do the things that you really want to accomplish for your life. So that is just the beauty of Zion's character, how they wrote his character, how they focus so much on him to make sure that they built every little part of his character up until this point, because in about 4 or 5 episodes you gotta really build that connection with the audience, and I think this episode reiterated all the things that's special about his character. Once again, he is the logical one that has normal people's social experience. So Frieren being the weird elf that's like socially awkward, I mean, come on guys. Him, Mo, and Frieren, this dude's been trying to put it out for her and she just denied him and let him grow old and die. Come on now. But Zion is the one that really was able to talk with Stark and Fern and just break it down into what their issue is, got them to talk it out, and eventually they apologize to each other. And that's not something you really see in anime. Usually animes will come up with some convoluted reasoning where these social situations work out for the best anyways. It's usually not as logical as you think. That's why I love Zion's character. It's just like he's just a normal dude giving solid advice, getting everyone to kind of calm down, and then that's pretty much it. Let them work it out and then apologize. So as you can see guys, from the last video and this video, Zion is my favorite character because it feels like Zion is just the homie. So the second half of this episode covered Fern's sickness as Frieren, Stark, and Fern get closer to Alberst to get the mage certificate, to get the Inde, which is where the Demon King's castle is, which is apparently where Oriel, which is apparently heaven, where Hemo's soul resides. This part of the episode basically puts Frieren in the position like a loving mother that feels that motherly instincts to be that emotional support for Fern. The second half of this episode can be summed up really in 2 words: emotional support. Fern catches a cold, so Stark wakes up Mama Elf for some answers. She has a little cute scene like, Yamateo. Turns out Zion is a real one and leaves a notebook full of medicinal knowledge. Frieren got some ish that usually only goddesses have to help diagnose Fern's sickness. Turns out it's just a simple cold and she just has a simple fever. They make their way further where they find not a village, but a lady squeezing some milk. She's a real one too because she lets these 3 strangers, including a nasty sick purple-haired one, sleep in her bed. As the nice lady continues and milks her cows, the next scene milks in, "Aw, that's cute" scene. So here, Fern is getting older. Frieren still treats her like a child as she holds her hand like she always has since she was a kid. Fern gets embarrassed by this, even more so because Boo Boo is standing right there. It's alright cause Mama Boo and the Red Stallion Boo Boo is gonna save the day. Mama Elf Boo Boo says all the cliches. Oh my god, I remember when she was yay high, she was always my little Boo Boo. We got another one of those classic montages of Stark and Frieren getting all the ingredients. Then they finally reach this icicle cherry blossom tree where the flowers might just poison you. This causes another flashback as Stark asks Frieren why she treats Fern like a child. There was this one time this stud muffin held her hand when she was sick. He says all this woo-woo stuff like, "Mommy always did this for me, it made me feel good. Don't it make you feel good?" Frieren basically agrees. Your boy takes it a little too far though, tries to prop up himself, but Frieren is like, hell nah, pipe it down buddy. And then Eisenheiter comes in to say, hell yes. In the end, Frieren is just doing it all for emotional support, as Stark simply puts it from his experiences with Eisen. Oh snaps, a big ass mushroom. Oh snaps, more comedic relief in witches. As the episode winds down, Fern and Frieren gives us the "aw, that's cute" scene. By the episode's end, we all feel good about ourselves and end up giving our mommies a big ass hug in it. So this episode had the same kind of tropes and the same kind of themes pop up again. One of the biggest characteristics with Zion is him being the reasonable, logical one, and they kind of just repeat that scene like they did like a prior episode when Stark and Fern, when they had their whole little birthday situation. Even when Zion and Frieren were talking in the tavern, when they first recruited Zion into the party, she basically reiterated that episode's point that, hey, I'm trying to do for you what Hemo did for me. and be that reason why you should take the leap to go on this adventure, because that's originally what you wanted to do anyways. Frieren has spent her whole life basically to gather up all this mana. Sometimes you just need someone to remind you of your life goals, your life purposes, that type of thing, because life would put you in a box. There's a lot of outside forces that forces you to do particular things in life. Like, many people don't like their normal everyday jobs, so it's one of those things where you have the opportunity to go beyond that you should take that leap, take that opportunity, because those are the kinds of things that don't come around often, versus something that you know you can do, that you can always go back to. Both are balancing acts that you have to do in life, and Zion is that character. So in that scene, Frieren just reminds Zion of what his childhood dream is. These are the kind of episodes where you kind of notice more of the subtle things. A majority of the episodes are going to be slice of life. This episode utilized a lot of those comedic transitions as that punchline. If you know me, you know that I like humor. I like comedic irony. Of course, you guys know that I love the imminence of shadow because of that. So a lot of Frieren, how they storyboard the episode from scene to scene, they hit you up with a setup to the next scene to get you with that punchline. And they do this multiple times. Of course, the montages is like a staple of the show that I think they are perfect for the slice of life kind of episodes. So the special quality of Frieren is really, it's all about the characters. It's not really about the plot. A lot of it is really projecting yourself and putting yourself in all these character situations and thinking through what decisions that they should make, what you should make if you were in their position. It's a very introspective story. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Are you guys gonna miss Zion? Because I think I'm gonna miss him a ton, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop watching it, because Frieren, Stark, and Fern, they provided a lot before he was actually even in the party. Just let me know what you guys thought about the episode, what you liked. How has this show and this episode really impacted you? I would love to know in the comments. So yeah, do me a favor guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.